Good morning guys, very happy Tuesday. This video will be Tuesday by the time it's gone out. Why do I feel like I'm about to be interviewed? Hello, hi and welcome if you're new here. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emma, aka Em's Gains on Instagram and TikTok. I make food, fitness and lifestyle content, and in today's video I wanted to throw a spanner in the works. Something I actually have been avoiding doing is making this video. I had a spare of the moment thought to do it last week, and ever since then it has been like a cloud hovering over me, I'm not gonna lie. I definitely knew it would bring up some questions that I have been trying to avoid for a long time. I think especially on my social media, which is strange because in my personal life, like with friends and family, I am very much an oversharer. And I think when that comes across on social media, you probably wouldn't think that, but I definitely am, and I want to be a little bit more open with you guys. I think I share a lot of my life online, so it is only natural that there will come questions with that. But at the same time, I hope it resonates with someone, especially as, you know, when I started my social media, I was 29. So now I'm 33, I feel like I have changed a lot as a person. I feel like when you're in your 30s, it's a whole different ballgame to when you're in your 20s. So hopefully this resonates with anyone who's going through similar. And there was a lot of juicy questions that I knew were going to come up, especially with heartbreak, dating, being single in your 30s. And I knew that was going to be very much the basis of this video, but you know what, I'm here for it. Let's discuss it, let's get it out in the open, because I know that I'm not alone, and I think being single in your 30s is, as much as I love being single, I thrive when I'm single. I think you have a lot more time on your hands. I pour into my own cup kind of person, but when I have dipped my foot into the dating world, it has just brought me bad vibes, really bad vibes. I think, you know, I'm very open. I do take my time getting to know people, and it goes tits up. I don't know why, but it goes tits up, and I don't think it's a me problem. I'm going to be honest. I have done therapy. I am very much like aware. I'm an empathic person. I very much value other people. I just think when you get into your 30s, like, let's be honest, everyone either has baggage or they haven't experienced enough relationships to actually know who they are as a person, know what they want, and I think sometimes you do get the brunt of that. But anyway, I feel like I'm going off on a tangent here, so let's get into the questions. If you want to go and grab a drink, grab a cup of tea, I suggest you go and do that now. But yeah, let's get into it. Okay, so obviously I knew this was going to be one of the #1 questions when I popped it on my Instagram that you guys were going to come back with. And it of course is, are you seeing anyone? Are you dating? And I'm just going to be blunt with you guys. No, I'm not at the moment. I'm not seeing anyone. I'm very much in my own sort of era of pouring into my own cup. Maybe it would help if I gave you guys some history context over the past few years of my dating life. So the reason I actually started my social media was because I was going through quite a bad breakup at the time. I was really hurting, and I decided just to focus on myself, which meant getting in a good routine with the gym, getting to know like my nutrition a lot better, and that's when my page Em's Gains was born, and it was honestly the best thing I ever did, which is why I'm such an advocate now for anyone who is going through a tough time, no matter what it is. Just getting to the gym, exercising, clearing your mind and focusing on yourself. It really is the best thing you could do, as much as you don't feel like it at the time and you feel like there is nothing in this world that you could actually think you would rather not do. But it definitely is something that I am an advocate for. For that year, I was definitely going through a breakup. I'm one of these people, I don't really tend to jump from relationship to relationship as quick as some people. I wouldn't say I don't do it quickly. I'm very much like, I do get over things quite quickly in a way that once I know something is over, I don't dwell on it. I don't tend to sit around moping for too long. I think I give myself the standard 2 to 3 weeks of maybe feeling really rubbish about yourself, feeling very like, woe is me, am I a problem? You should never look back in life and just crack on with it basically. And then I did meet someone and we were together for around 18 months, and again it just didn't work out. It wasn't anything toxic, it wasn't anything horrible, but again it didn't work out. And I think after having a couple of failed relationships at this point and then being in my 30s, I did start to question, did I just want to be alone forever? So yeah, I think for me, relationships are really important, to take the time to get to know someone. Sort of baggage that they do come with, I'm very fully on board with that before I get to know them. I would never jump into a relationship and expect them to change the way they are or anything around them, their lifestyle, because I generally think you shouldn't have to change people. So I am very open-minded when it comes to that. I think sometimes things just don't work out. So anyway, after that I was again on my own for a little while, and the last 6 months, I would say 7 months, since the beginning of the year, around the time I was training for my marathon, I did branch my foot out again into the dating world. But yes, so the last 6 months I was actually seeing someone. I did meet them on a dating app. We went for dinner a few times and we got to start seeing each other quite regularly, and we went away for the weekend and stuff. And honestly, it still shocks me to the core that there are men, this is not me trying to slate anyone off by the way, but this is just in general, I find a lot with dating, in your 30s especially, like men were not this bad when I was a bit younger, I'm sure of it. But yeah, some men at this big age of like, even he was older than me as well, like the way that they can act, so I think from a place of insecurity as well, they feel like they need their ego feeding a lot, and that is something that I found more and more as I'm getting older. I think a red flag is sending a lot of mirror selfies. It's actually an ick for me now, so I definitely, if someone sent me a mirror selfie, I would probably not reply anymore. I think I ignored it as a red flag for a little while because I did know that it came from a place of insecurity, but I think to then treat people in the way that they do, and that sometimes men like that do, it's really horrible, because I feel like I caught him on a date basically with another woman after 6 months of seeing him. We weren't officially together, but that doesn't mean that you don't owe me anything. And I think if you're dating someone else, the answer's there, isn't it? Like, I'm gone, like, see you later. But definitely, like, just the audacity. It really disappoints me that there are people out there that are like that, because I would never do that to someone. And I feel like it kind of, not that it's done that for me per se, because I've had bad experiences in the past, I kind of can just let it go now. But I think the first few times it happens to you, it makes you feel rubbish about yourself, but then it also questions your trust in the next person, which is really disappointing, that it's no fault of your own, and that is what bugs me the most. But, you know, like I said, it was another lesson learned and I've moved on, and I just think people like that will never be happy. And as much as I don't want to sound mean, like, I do think they'll end up lonely, and that's not what I'm looking for. You know, I am looking for somebody that can be my gym partner and has the same interests as me and wants to go on holiday with me and, you know, have my kids as part of their life, of course. And, you know, if they had children, I want them to be very much part of my life. I do generally, I think I am looking for that life partner. But at the same time, I think I'm very lucky that I don't have that pressure of wanting to have kids, because, I mean, never say never, but I do think I'm done when it comes to having any more children, just because they're older now. I've got a lot more time on my hands. I do want to travel more, and, you know, having more children, as much as it would be a blessing, like, it would hinder those plans. So I very much am not under pressure to have more children. I kind of feel like I'm in the next stage of my life. So to have somebody that accompanies that and wants to do those things with me would be lovely. Okay, so another question I got was, what is your dream and where do you see your life going? Which I found such a lovely question. Like, I think that's such a beautiful question, but at the same time, it's such a big question. I honestly don't know. I think I could tell you a few things, like obviously with my businesses, to keep seeing them growing, with my social media, again, just reach as many people as possible, get them moving. You know, my life's goal is to help other people realise they can do it too. I think coming from a place where, I mean, for any new followers, I will attach a picture here, but you can see as I was a lot younger, coming from a place where fitness, nutrition, being active, being healthy wasn't a priority in my life for so long, that now it is a habit that I managed to maintain. You know, I ran a marathon this year. I am now switching my focus back onto, I was doing Muay Thai for a little while, boxing. I definitely want to get back into that. I had a few weeks break just with it being moving house and everything, and my legs were battered. They were so bruised. I got like these lumps on them where it was like fat under the skin, and they were so painful that I've just had to have a little break, but I am going to go back to it ASAP in the next few weeks. Definitely like focus on that. I also want to focus on just getting back into bodybuilding a little bit. I feel like with running the marathon, I did lose the body shape that I had built a little bit, and obviously that comes with a little bit less strength training, a little less bodybuilding focus. I was focusing more on building up my endurance and, you know, all of that. So that's going to come part and parcel. So I just want to build that back a little bit, get back to feeling like the old me when I first done my transformation, which would be nice. And it was really nice actually that this morning actually, my daughter was getting ready for school, and she actually asked me if she could come to the gym with me. So I'm definitely going to get that booked in and get that on the cards, just because that is really important to me. Not that they go to the gym, but that they do some form of exercise, and I do really want to like help them stay active and help them to understand how they should be building these habits as well. Okay, so another question I got was, how do you find getting up at 5 a.m. and how do you do it so regularly? Now let me be honest here guys, I have only been back in this routine for about 3 weeks, and I haven't got up every day. There's been days that I have missed my alarm, and I think having the option of working from home, if I knew I was going out to work a lot of the days, I do get up. If I'm working from home, they're the days I struggle because I tend to talk myself out of it. Now, I also want to say a couple of things. I have to be in bed by 9 p.m. If I'm not in bed by 9 p.m, I kind of know I haven't had enough sleep. I'm someone who does have to operate on 8 hours sleep. You know, if you're someone who's got a partner, especially a male, who can go to bed at 11 and get up at 5 and they feel fine, that's okay for them, but we do tend to find women need a lot more sleep than men. Something I've actually been taking at the moment is this melatonin night spray and also the melatonin sleep tablets as well. Now they're not actually sleep tablets, these are just melatonin and magnesium salts, but I take half a tablet at night, 2 sprays of this under my tongue, and I literally like sleep like a baby. I don't know if it's a coincidence, but I've been having them for about a month now. I started taking them just before I started getting up early, and yeah, I actually feel like it has really helped. I don't feel burnt out, I don't feel tired, I actually feel pretty good. And then when I leave the gym, I feel even better. So definitely if you're someone who struggles to get to sleep, perhaps try these, because I'm an insomniac myself, and to be able to go to bed at 9 o'clock now is a game changer. I'm actually going to finish on this question because I thought it was so sweet. Someone said to me, they DM'd me and said, do you find that your children are proud of you and do they want to follow in your footsteps? Now, I think they're definitely proud of me. I think there's nothing to not be proud of, so I wouldn't say that. Obviously, you know, on Mother's Day, on my birthday, they always put it in my cards, which is really sweet. But, you know, we're all proud of each other, especially as the girls are growing up. We're getting just to be so much more like best friends, and they're just such sweet girls. I'm really lucky. They're really good at school. They're really excelling. And I think, I'd like to hope to think that some of that is me rubbing off on them in a way that I'm very, you know, proactive. I do work really hard, and I hope that they've seen that. You know, my whole family are very much like that as well though, so I do give credit to them as well. In terms of them following in my footsteps, I don't think they know at the moment. You know, I'm just going to support them in whatever they want to do. If they're not into their fitness too much but they like exercise, I'm happy with that. If they don't necessarily want to own a hair salon, I wouldn't blame them, it's quite stressful. But yeah, I just think generally, as long as they dream big, like my eldest daughter at the moment, I know she definitely probably wants to go to sixth form, like psychology at the moment. I don't think she has a reason why she wants to do psychology, so that might change. I think she just likes the sound of it, but definitely something that I feel like you don't really know at a young age. And if they change their mind 2 or 3 times, I don't blame them. I think what is important is them doing something that they love, they enjoy, and I will support them all the way. I'm going to finish the video here. I feel like that is all the questions that I wanted to answer today that gave a different side answer. I feel like a lot of the questions, I'm not going to lie, were the same. So hopefully I've cleared some of that up now. It's really not that interesting. I think if I did ever start to date or see someone, I perhaps will post more of it on my socials if I feel like it helps people who are similar age bracket going through the same thing. Definitely something we should speak more of, and don't feel alone if you are in your 30s, if you're a single mum, if you're dating and it's not going very well, because trust me, it's a minefield out there. It's the streets. And I actually saw a video the other day of Drew Barrymore, and she was interviewing some women and they were talking about dating apps, and she was like, don't talk to me about dating apps. She said they should just put all the dating apps into one big app and call it What's Left. And I was like, oh my God, I'm what's left. Yeah, you're definitely not alone. There are so many single people out there, and I just think pour into your own cup, which I know is so cliche, but honestly, then it will happen. And I'm still learning too, so hopefully you don't feel alone. If you love this video and you love this type of content, I know it is very repetitive, very just sitting here chatting, not as entertaining as some other videos, then let me know in the comments, because I will do more of it. But apart from that, I will see you in my next video. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I will see you next time.